those you the cardio. Light skin make a farmer Mariah Cardi. Can't be rolling, get my heart is stolen. Once I fall in love with your baby, no controlling. Ripe like plantain, sweet like pine wine, cocoa butter baby, yo. Brown skin gal, no time for darling, call her cocoa baby, yo. Temperature rise, girl, give me that, give me. Waiting for me, proud to. Moving real fast like a semi. Cause see, they let me like it. Call me Papoose, you be the Remy. And they call me Mr. Big baka, those you the cardio. Light skin make a farmer Mariah Cardi. Can't be rolling, get my heart is stolen. Once I fall in love with your baby, no controlling. Ripe like plantain, sweet like pine wine, cocoa butter baby, yo. Brown skin gal, no time for darling, call her cocoa baby, yo. Temperature rise, girl, give me that, give me. Waiting for me, proud to. Moving real fast like a semi. Cause see, they let me like it. Call me Papoose, you be the Remy. And they call me Mr.
Hey everybody.
Hey.
It's Friday. It's turn up time.
Okay. Turn your volume up, Vanessa. We can't hear you. Turn the volume up.
You can't hear me?
Here we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sis, we can hear you.
Hey everybody. Welcome. You know what time it is. It is LIB Talks time and it's Friday and we are what? We here to take over. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We are here. We are on LIB Talks, and if this is your first time being a first time viewer, welcome. Make sure you stay tuned to see what we have in store for you. But prior to me even going to that next step, let's share, people. Share. Like I always tell you guys, don't be petty. Share that video. Okay.
It's the petty for me.
Yes, don't be petty. Share. You see me and my beautiful co-host, them Rose and Howard. How y'all doing?
We doing good. We doing good. It's a hot Friday.
I don't know. I've been inside all day. I don't know what outside feels like.
Oh Lord. But it's a beautiful weekend. It's gonna be a beautiful weekend. So I'm excited.
Great.
Welcome everybody. You're here, Vanessa. Don't be petty now. Share the show. Call your friend, call your other friend, and call your other friend.
And then call your mom to call her friend, to call her friend, to call her friend, and your auntie then to share.
You know what? The Oman, they got connection.
Exactly.
Hey, that's one thing they do. They have connection. So y'all know y'all connected mamas. So y'all go ahead and invite your friends. We told you last week. This year, when I start the show until you start inviting people. So you better start inviting people.
Period. So we have some exciting things today. Today we are going to go through a little bit of G's. We got our dear LIB at the end, but in the beginning, after the G's, we are going to be on our main topic, which our main topic is: Does your number of sexual partners matter? So if you are interested in hearing the facts on that and also hearing our take on that, make sure that you stay tuned and you share. Stop the pettiness and share, okay?
Right.
All right. So ladies, let's kick this off. Let's go straight to my girl, Rose Joy. Oh, before we get to that, on behalf of everybody, we want to tell you guys again, thank you for one wonderful year, and thank you for being a part of our anniversary show last week. It was greatly appreciated. All of the love and the input and feedback and all of those different things, we really appreciate it. And looking for more wonderful times with you guys. So let's get right to my girl, Rose Jones. She's going to get that G's.
Oh, before we get started, I know you'll notice Jennifer.
Sorry, babe. My girl Janet.
She's in the comment though. Hey, babe.
My girl Janet is not here. She's not here today. Okay, she is chilling somewhere where I want to be with the fam. So she'll be back. She'll be back next time around. But sorry, babe. Sorry, I didn't acknowledge you. We miss you.
We miss you, babe. She's in the comment. Miss you. All right.
So Rosie, what you got for us, Mom?
So it's not a G's, but I just wanted to touch base on some good things that's going on for our country. So the Olympics, we had a couple of Liberians going there and representing Liberia. Yes, awesome! That was awesome. Yes, we are on the map. Yes, so it was at the Olympic. Peace Avi was there, and we was doing our thing. So I want to give a shout out to all the guys, and I think it's a lady, a girl was there. Shout out to you. Thank you for your work. Thank you for everything you have done for Liberia, taking your time up to go and run for us and jump and all those good stuff. We said thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to touch base on this boy, Joseph Family. So first of all, before I touch base on that, I want to tell Joseph's family, thank you for allowing your son to leave the U.S. and go and represent our country. Because it takes a person to allow that to happen. For your son to go and represent the entire country where he's not from. He wasn't born, but he was born from a Liberian parent. So want to say thank you to you. Want to say thank you to your family. Thank you for allowing your child to take that big step, to go represent the entire country. So it was this thing on Facebook, and all Liberians was there, and it was complimenting Joseph, and telling him thank you for doing what he was doing for us. But some people had issues. The issues we want to talk about today would be that Joseph wasn't born in Liberia, but he was born off a Liberian parent. So we want to touch the issue of dual citizenship, which that it will make sense for our country because we have a lot of talented American-born or Liberian parents that they can do a lot of things in Liberia.
Yeah,
but not the chance to do it. So I just want to throw light on that. From my co-host, how did you feel that when you found out that Joseph wasn't born in Liberia and he still went to represent your country? What kind of feeling came to you? What did you think about? What did you think about the future for your country? Being a Liberian out of Liberia.
That's for me. I didn't feel negative about it. I don't know why anybody would feel negative about it. I think that's a beautiful thing. That he is embracing his culture and he is representing where even though he's not born there, that still doesn't mean that he's not Liberian. He's still part of the Liberian community, and I think that's a beautiful thing that he decided not to run for America, but instead to run for his Liberian community. I don't see why people find that to be an issue. That'd be like, I guess you can say I'm different because I got the same situation like him. I was born here, but I still embrace my culture. So both of my parents are Liberians. So what does that mean? Because I have citizenship and I was officially born here. So that means that I'm less African, I'm less Liberian. Please, people.
I don't even understand why it's a conversation.
Thank you.
This boy just represented us, put us on a map. He came fifth place. If y'all know my household, we live and breathe track and field. Mm-hmm. So I've just been questioning my husband as far as who chose him. That was my question. Who chose him to represent Liberia? I know there's this other kid, Matilda. I follow him also on Instagram. And he won a couple of years ago and he did extremely well as well. And but I questioned that just because I wanted to know. I didn't question it based on the fact that he's a citizen of America or he was born here. I just wanted to know what part did Liberia have to play in him going to represent Liberia. Right. You know what I'm saying? As far as are they sponsoring him? Who was the one who sponsored him to go out there? So that was my question. I don't think he's less of Liberian just because he's born here. So what? Nowadays, you got Mexican mixed with Liberian. You got all of those things. So you're gonna tell a child because you have a citizenship that says you're American, meaning that you're less Liberian. You hear that kid? Did y'all hear him? He asked for cassava leaf. He is as Liberian as it can get. Okay, he's as African as it can get. Like he's representing us. I feel like those that are questioning his citizenship, those that have an issue with it, there's something wrong with you. Because you should know that this kind of diverse society that we currently live in, this is going to be our new norm. You're going to have kids that are mixed, white and black, and all they see is that black. I'm sorry, all we see is that African in him. Forget the fact that his passport said that, or his birth certificate said that he was born in America. He's as Liberian, he's as African as it can get. Okay. So with that being said, I gotta be supporting that kid. My biggest thing that I want us to do right now is actually support. Because my question was, who's sponsoring him?
Right.
Who's supporting him? Who's coaching him? Where's he getting funds from? That was my question. So I think that's what we need to focus on instead of focusing on where he born. He's Liberian. He representing y'all. Look at y'all. Come on.
So it was two sides of this story. So one was people was like, oh, he's not Liberian. Why is he representing the country? The second side was, okay, he was born of a Liberian parent. Why don't we do dual citizenship? Now we need to act on the fact, on the dual citizenship issue. That needs to be addressed in Liberia. In order for our kids to do things for Liberia, we want our kids to have the right paperwork stating that they have the right to be a part of our culture. So that was the other part that people were stressing on. Like, so the youth and sport minister, they were saying to him, now you have to vote for dual citizenship because now our kids are here, they are talented, and if they have to go and represent the country, you guys need to give us the right on paper. That's what we need as parents. So that was another argument. So how do you feel about that, Hawa? How do you feel about Liberian people coming to the table about that dual citizenship? Because it do help.
Of course.
Dual citizenship. Nigeria had dual citizenship. All other countries have it. Why can't Liberia finally do this one dual citizenship and let us just be? So what is your thought on that? Do you feel about that?
This has been a topic of discussion, and I've listened to a lot of podcasts on here. A lot of politicians talk about dual citizenship and what it means for our country. I don't understand why it's even an issue. The fact that everything we represent is America. Like, we mimic half of everything these people are about. So
down to your flag.
Exactly. So what is the conversation anyway? It should be dual citizenship. There shouldn't be any reason why when I go back home, I try to start a business, I'm given a hard time because why? I'm an American citizen. Right. There shouldn't be any reason, especially the fact that we are, what we call ourselves, small America.
Mm-hmm.
Like, isn't that what we call ourselves?
America, Liberia, something like that.
Exactly. So I say that to say, I think that it's a great thing. And I think that this conversation needs to go higher because we coming on Facebook, the low politician, the politician wannabes who are on here having this discussion. It hasn't changed anything yet. So I think now it needs to go higher. Now, what I mean higher, I mean you need to go talk to our uncle, Opunwia, talk to him, like have him have this conversation because we here discussing amongst ourselves that is going to happen about it. Those that are in power needs to be the one who took the initiative. But I really think that is necessary, especially the fact that a lot of us want to be able to contribute back home without being given a hard, like they give us a hard time. So when we go back, we try to do these things, they give us a hard time, they question our identity just like they're doing with this kid right now. Right. So I think that is necessary. I think that is a must. I think it's a must. Come on,
so what I can't understand is Liberia is already a country that is lacking from things.
Thank you.
So if you have, even though they're American, they're born American citizens, but you have these young people that want to come back to your country, that want to represent your country, that want to do something for their culture. What is the problem? Like what I don't understand is like it's just Liberians in a whole. We are too proud and we act like we got it like that, and we ain't got nothing. We don't have nothing. We're not even close to being where we need to be or where we should be. But if you have people that are willing to come back to the country and want to represent your country and put your country on the map, why is that a problem?
Right.
Why?
Because we are Liberian.
Y'all be the same people that be upset if because I get it all the time. Oh, the other one thinks she American. All the time. You would get that instead. Oh, the other one thinks she American. And I always gotta check them and say, yes, I am. How about that? So I will take it either way. But it's like we need to Like I just don't understand it. Like people just need to get over themselves. But at the end of the day, you can't make everybody happy.
But Ciara, what I don't understand is that I understand he doesn't have dual citizen rights in the Republic of Liberia, but he's representing he's a Liberian. Like Tony Davis said it right. He said y'all stop wasting time to even talk on this thing, because if I had a child anywhere in this world, you are Liberian because you are born from a Liberian parents. Like it's just that simple. So my thing is, this dual citizenship thing is a benefit for we win. There's win on both sides. Like I don't know how they're looking at it. I don't know if it's an ego thing. Like
the people in Liberia, and that's one thing. Like Vanessa said, it have to do with pride. The people in Liberia feel like we are different. What makes me different? The reason that I'm here today is because I got lucky. And God blessed.
You were blessed.
Yeah, I know I got blessed, and I'm not better than you. Nothing of me is better than you. That's the purpose of me being here. No, it's because I got blessed. I'm like you. I'm a Liberian, just like you. Just like you wake up in the morning in Liberia and you feel like you're a Liberian. I'm the same. So it's just a proud thing. It's like they keep tossing this thing, fighting over this. It's long overdue. We need to build our country in unity. Put the freaking dual citizenship on the table and let a Liberian come home and own property. Let a Liberian come home and own businesses. Let a Liberian come home. And if they want to run for political stuff, let them run for it. If they have the ability, let them do it. They are Liberian. They are not no different.
So there's a whole law that said that he's not Liberian.
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
So what's the conversation now? Because he's not Liberian, he should go ahead and take away that title that he gave himself to represent Liberia.
Yeah, so
we're on the map. We went to the Olympics this year.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
So then what do I say to that? I guess take me off of LIB Talks because I'm Northern born in Liberia.
You can't represent LIB Talks. You're not Liberian. G Square Moses said they're just jealous about the achievement of Liberians in overseas. I don't want to say jealous. I just feel like we're always so slow to.
It's pride. It's pride.
We're just so slow to get on our bandwagon. Like other countries that we see around us, our surrounding country, they are successful. They are achieving a lot. They're developing. Where we just want to be stuck, and then we just want to keep it in our little circle. When the money comes, we enjoy it. The money can edit for someone. Oh, we enjoy it.
That's it. And how is this? Because of dual citizenship, those countries are growing.
Yes. Why are we not like that?
They don't have dual citizenship. Nigeria, they have it. Like Liberia, like what is wrong with you guys? Like you guys not no different.
I don't even, Rosso, I'm just baffled because I don't even know why this is a conversation when, hello, how was Liberia founded?
Palestinian country.
Why is this an issue? That I feel like this is something that should have been like it should be regular. It should be like this is a norm. Like did we?
But don't worry, man. We'll
in the Senate to Liberia. And that's how Liberia started.
From here.
From here.
Oh, that's from here, and it's that how they started. They call it American.
I'm just being sarcastic. I'm just saying, like, really.
No, maybe to them it started by itself. Nobody.
I say that to say that this shouldn't be a conversation. This shouldn't be a topic. I understand we have our constitution. I understand there are rules and regulations that we must abide by. But I feel like this is something that should have been written in there. This is something that should have been a norm. This is something that should have been like. We mimic everything about this country. We think we are their sister country, even though we're third world. This is why we're a third world country. Because we're just so slow to act. Okay. All right.
Know how to prosper.
Let's move on. But anyway, so people.
What I will say, y'all keep representing Liberia. We're gonna keep representing Liberia. We got American citizenship, but we're Liberians. Okay.
To our Liberian people in Liberia, we love you guys. We are the same. The blood is running through us the same. Let us be unified and let us vote for dual citizenship. It will help our country. And I know some people just don't know because the literacy rate is high in Liberia. I think they have to start teaching the people the benefits that this can bring to the country, they have to start having some lectures and calling those people in the market and telling them this is what people bring to the country, you know. So I think it's just learning process. But you know, let's get on it. It's long overdue. Let's do this. We need to fix our country.
Well, to everyone that are watching, we appreciate you, if you're Liberian or not. Thank you for watching. We support our Liberians, and to like everyone who won so far, like Black. I'm sorry, but we just want to say there are a lot of us out there. Jamaica to this, I think to this Jamaica's independence, and they've been booming. Okay, this Olympic year. So everyone else who won, whether it's gold, browns, whatever you won, congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep repping who you represent. Okay.
Right.
For me, I got kasali for y'all, cooking for you.
Family Joseph. We are the Joseph.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Well, thank you, Rose. Thank you for that interesting nonsense topic too. Because I say it's nonsense because it's ridiculous that we even talking about it. It really is. It really is. But let's get into the juiciness, the main topic, right? So how are you ready to tell us, does your number of sexual partners really matter? You ready to tell us about it?
Yeah. You know what? The funny thing is I had this conversation with some coworkers last night, and it happened to be a male and a female. And the male perspective was totally different, and the female was like totally different. I didn't expect that. I just thought that this is like everyone should be on the same page kind of thing. Right? It shouldn't matter, but it should matter in a sense. But anyway, you know, this conversation, I asked when I was doing my little commercial, when is the right time to have this conversation? Is there a right time to have this conversation? Is there? I don't know. So it's definitely not small talks, but the conversation around sex and sexual health don't need to be as intimidating as a lot of us make it seem to be. It don't need to be something that we draw away from. It is normal and healthy. Let me just say this to everyone. It is normal and healthy to talk about sex, to talk about partners, to talk about, as much as we questioned when this conversation needs to be held, it should be a normal conversation. It shouldn't be something that you want to not talk about. It's important to know where your partner been, how sexually active they are. I think that's a conversation that should be held, that is necessary. I don't think that's something that we should draw away from, because we typically do that. We don't like to talk about these important conversations, but it's healthy to have an open conversation about your level of sexual experience or the numbers of previous sexual partners. You heard me? It is healthy to have this conversation. However, is there such a thing as the right time? When is the right time? So before we even go into it, ladies, when is the right time to have conversation about sexual experiences, sexual partners? Is there a right time in a relationship? Should this be like an icebreaker conversation? And audience, join in as well. Should this be an icebreaker conversation that you have with someone you first start dating? As far as how many partners that you've had, or how sexually active are you? Come on, ladies.
I think it depends. Like, what if that guy tell you, say, oh, I had like 200, 100 partners. Would you would you say, oh yeah, that guy is my husband?
On the first date though? That's my question. Like, on the first date?
Would you be like, oh yeah, that's my husband? I mean, I don't think it's, if you ask that question on the first date, fine. That's an icebreaker for me to know whether I should waste my time or not. Me, I'm not shy to ask those questions. And if you're going to be in a relationship with me, you got to be comfortable to have those conversations, and you got to be comfortable about your sexuality. If you can't talk about sex, how you know what my past experiences were versus your past experience, how things gonna work in the bedroom or whatever. I mean, obviously we're not gonna go that far on the first date, but I think it is important to know about that person's sexual experience from the get-go. That you don't ask, then you won't know. Suppose as a whole virgin you take in and you don't know.
It could be a good thing though. Rose?
For me, it's a good thing to ask, but the society that we find ourselves in, people don't really date. You know, people meet people. Dating is not something we do, and it's crazy because you meet a person and you guys talk 1 or 2, 3 weeks. The next thing you're doing something. You haven't even gotten into a lot of conversation yet, and you find yourself into something with that person. So, I mean, I would like to know that, but I don't think they will be so honest because I'm telling from where we come from, sexual thing is just it have become something like it's nothing. It's like you meet some girl 1, 2 weeks, you're doing something, boom, you're not even in love, you don't even care about each other, and then it's like okay, they break up after a month, go back again. So it's like with our society, the men think sex is important, and I'm glad we're having this conversation because that's where people, we get involved with sexual activities and then feelings come there and then that guy don't even want to be with you. And then you find yourself now having to go find another partner. So I think we should come to a place that we need to start doing dating more than sex. And it's good because I have a lot of things to say to my friend guys today. It's like sex have become so rampant in the community. It's like now it's just nothing. People see people and have sex 1 or 2 days. They having sex with their next friend. They're having sex with the person's cousin, and it's like you just counting on and on and on. But and one thing I would say when it comes to our ladies, some girls they have to wear whatever, like to sleep around here, but some girls just don't like to sleep around. Some girls just find somebody and they think it's something there, and then boom, they go and sleep with you, and then all of a sudden it's like you are not even at that same place with that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Meet the girl now. The girl's like, oh, she need to have another boyfriend. Then she find the other boyfriend. He want the same thing. It's like a continuous process.
So that number can start building.
That's how that number builds up.
Yeah, so it's good we're having this conversation because it's in our community.
Mm-hmm.
Sex have become something that once you say hello to a guy, that's what they want.
Okay, so Honey Barbie was asking what was the topic, so I'll just let you know. It's about we're talking about does the number of sexual partners that you had if it matters is what we're talking about.
And the question that I asked Honey was when is the right time to have this conversation? We started off by saying that it's healthy to have this conversation when you first meet someone, talk about sex, talk about sexual partners, talk about sexual experiences. But we're saying, is there a right time to have this conversation? Should this be an icebreaker? When I meet a guy, I start dating this guy, should I ask him like, how many women you been with? Because sometimes, so for me, I like Octavia said to him, hey, Gilman, he said that it's the $1 million question. The $1 million question is when do you ask that question? I feel like Rose is right because it's an uncomfortable thing to sit there on a first date to say, how many people in that date? And then that's when honesty really come in place.
Right.
Will he be honest with you to tell you that, hey, I have dated about 5 or 6 girls, or I have dated 50 girls. And if he is honest with you, or if she is honest with you, how then do you look at her moving forward?
Right.
I think that's where the issue lies, is that people are afraid to be honest in the beginning. If this question is asked in the beginning, nobody wants to come out and say the exact number because they're afraid to be honest, because then they feel like, wait, I'm going to lose my chance with this person. If I tell this person I've been with 10 guys, he's going to start looking at me differently, right? So, but my thing is, I personally believe that should be a conversation that is held. I don't know if I would particularly say that it should be held in the beginning of a relationship, but it should be held at some point.
And before you have sex, but the problem is it don't even get to even further, and people are already jumping into the bed with someone. So that's why I said sooner than later, because just how Rose said, it don't even get to 2. Sometimes it don't even get to 2 conversations, and you're already in bed with that person, and you have no idea where that person been, what really anything about them. So that's why I say it should come sooner than later, because y'all be giving it up sooner than later.
Right. And Pancho, the boy that sings the song, and people don't like him, but if you listen to his songs, he talks about our community. Everything in his songs talks about our community, and that's what he knows. Like this song is, they say you WhatsApp, and that's what people do. People point fingers at people, and they say you hope, but that song, but at you I want. It's like you meet a guy, you're a good person, and people like, oh, she dated this guy, she dated this guy. Why did she do that? It's not because she want to date or around a place. It's because the guys that she date or the culture she did is like they don't understand the factor of settling down or being with someone, just being with one person. It's a hard thing for them.
Yeah.
So he sang that song, and it's not a fun. It's a lesson song, because they got some good women, some good people that got decent, but they find themselves falling in love with people that they have no business falling in love with, and they sleep with them, and then people point fingers and say, oh, they want that sleeping around, she a whole position. She's not. It's because where she found herself. And that music, when I hear it, I laugh, because it's like it's a lesson for our community. This is what happens in our community. People like to point finger, and especially when people find themselves in marriages and stuff like that, and they see their friends, having boyfriend and boyfriend, they think, oh, okay, no, it's not because she wants to have boyfriend. It's because the men are not doing what they're supposed to do, and she's not going to take the shit.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Can I read a few comments before you
go? Yes.
So, Octavius Gilman said, I don't think anyone on this show will be honest to tell the truth about their relationship, so this is a difficult discussion.
Oh, I don't think, but Octavia, I don't think we're here to tell you, hey, I've had this to my partner. We're just talking about when does it matter? Does it even matter? Should this conversation even be held?
We talking about does it matter? You ain't my husband, so I ain't telling none of y'all about business.
Not my husband. I would tell my husband. I won't tell y'all. But I do like
my business. Honey Barbie said, I think it matters, but I don't necessarily think it's a conversation to have with your partner, especially if you have been around. Ciara Townsend said, oh, OMG, I want to ask someone so bad right now.
Go ahead, Ciara.
In our virtual co-host Jennifer, that's what she is right now, virtual. I don't think it's appropriate for the beginning of a relationship, but definitely later before you become intimate with them. True.
But I think, Jennifer, before you go for it, in the beginning, there's not even a beginning.
That's what I was saying. They can't even get beginning.
They can't even wait for you to even get to the beginning. To start the middle, even start the forward. It's like the beginning is like boom. It's always already living.
But somebody clearly stated, they say it depends on the level of the relationship. If the person is just looking for a casual relationship and you're both on the same page about, hey, this is just about sex. This is just about sex. I'm not going to tell you, hey, I slept with 10 guys, but I know I just want to have sex with you. If this is about just sex, this is about just sex. But if this is something long term, that there are a lot of things that we have to consider. When is it relevant? If this is something long term, you really want to know, because there's a things that one of our pastors used to say, that if the amount of people your partner been with is the amount of people you've been with. So I say that to you to say, if this is not casual, this is not a one night stand, this is something that you want long term, then the conversation is necessary. My thing is that I will not be having that conversation on the very first date. I will wait. Maybe when we're about to get intimate, maybe when we get to that level of comfort in our, trusting each other, then I can have this conversation with you. But let me just read a little bit about what a study showed. Is that according to the study published in the Journal of Sex Research, both men and women view someone with a large number of past sexual partners as a less attractive option for a relationship. So you start dating this person, you start telling them everything right away. both men and women view you as less attractive. Having a fewer sexual partners were seen as more attractive than having more than one. So it said it. This was a study that was done by the Journal of Sex Research, and they're stating that both men, sometimes I feel like they're harder on women, but both men and women feel the same way. They feel like the more sexual partners that you have had, the less attractive you are. Is that accurate? Because sometimes some people look at it as, hey, you are experienced because you've been around. And some people like an experienced person than an inexperienced person, and vice versa. So I feel like it's a double-edged sword, because I feel like it could be a benefit for someone to say, that girl, she knows what she's doing because she's been around. It could be a positive, and it could be a negative as well. Like, she's a whore, like Rose was saying. So I don't think there's a win in that situation. I don't think that. But again, we're going to go back to, why is it that they view women? They look at women and criticize us more for having what they consider as too many sexual partners. Oh, thanks, Barbara. I appreciate you. But yeah, Vanessa, if you want to read more comments, or if anyone else have comments to add. Your credit score. Yeah, your credit score should be a conversation too. That's funny. It definitely should be.
Period. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. Achia Korma says it really depends on what the couple is looking to achieve. If it's a casual or long-term relationship, if casual, it won't matter. If long-term is good to build trust, then progressively introduce a conversation, then take it from there. Octavius Gilman, Liberians are not even comfortable to ask about credit score. How would they ask about how many people you had sex with? Let be serious. He ain't lying.
But no, what do you mean Liberians? I don't let people just generalize. I feel like some Liberians are not comfortable with having this conversation. If you both are headed in the right direction, if you both want the same thing out of this relationship, this conversation should come easily, especially credit score.
But what he's saying is, culturally, that's why he's saying that culturally, it's not a comfortable conversation for people to have. They don't even want to talk. They don't want to talk about sex. They want to talk about STDs. Let me give you an example. Somebody can get cancer, so then they tell you, oh, don't tell nobody, keep it a secret.
Yeah, it is a culture thing too.
They can't even ask how much you make.
Yeah.
Before they even be asking for a question.
They can't even know, and sometimes they end up marrying somebody. Yeah. They didn't know they come and support that person.
I will tell you a person. I was just talking to a friend of mine. A friend of mine married a guy that had a criminal record. Didn't even know. Married this guy. Was leaving another guy that today he's so successful. But because she saw this guy doing some kind of gig and thought he was making money, never asked. Marry him. After the marriage, that's when he told her that he can have a legal job. So again, we don't like to talk. We don't like to ask. We feel like if I ask this man, he will go, or if I did, that's what we do, and that's what comes that sometimes we don't even become successful because we pick up an issue that we wasn't a part of, and we don't even know how to fix it, because just me, myself here, trying to even be up there one day. When I pick up someone, it's like they struggling, never ask them the credit score, never ask them what to work, what to do, what their intentions are, what the future, nothing, and pick them up. And then I'm struggling, you struggling, where we going? We ain't going nowhere. So we don't have conversation. That is the big thing in our community, in our society. So even with the sex part, like Jennifer was asking, like, there's no beginning, there's no end. Boom. Hello. Oh, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Oh, you get up. There was nothing to ask for. Men, that's why our men, most, let me say most, like how I said, most of the men in our community, they don't know how to have conversation. They don't want to talk. They don't want to tell you nothing. They just want to call you on the phone.
They want to get to the business.
Just get to the business. Like, that's all the one. So now our girls have become immune to this thing. Like, okay, I'm just going to have sex. I don't give a shit. I'm just going to be this. Yeah, I'm just going to have sex. And on how I research in our Liberian community, I will tell you, most of the girls then that have had multiple boyfriends, they are the ones that are married because of God. They don't even care. They will just meet you for certain things to marry you. None of those things even matter to them. I sit around, I see people that multiple men, they have gotten married multiple times. So it don't matter. In our society, if you virgin or if you only have 2 men or if you only have one set in your whole life, you have the tenant or whatever, maybe not to even get married, not to even find a man.
But you talk about the statistic. Ciara said she did the responsible thing. She messaged the person instead.
I'll tell you, Mom, that's the right thing because you're gonna add that person. I'll come and click on their names, sis.
Yeah, don't do it, babe. Don't do it.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating. You know.
It's
just in our society, it's a complete mess.
Actually, what she said, and she just said, when does credit score matter in Liberia?
She said, since when you were in Liberia, did you have credit score?
No, but it matters here. But now it matters because now people are loaning money to people in Liberia. No, you had credit score. What I can say in Liberia, your credit score, meaning you credited once and you did not fulfill your promise to pay back. So therefore, your credit score. That's a low credit score in there. But anyway, so let's just talk about statistics. And Rose just mentioned some numbers. So why does it even matter? Ready, right? Study also showed that women with 0 to 1 partner before marriage have the lowest, right, divorce rate. So they're saying that if you're a virgin pretty much, or you only been with one person, you are known to have the lowest divorce rate. I disagree, but that's
you know why?
I disagree, Mom.
You know why they say that? Because you're not no better, so you can probably close your mouth and just take whatever.
So that's why I said I disagree. And it said that women with 2 or more partners have the second highest divorce rate if you've had 2 or more partners.
I disagree.
But they leave it out. They said women with 3 to 9 partners before marriage have had divorce rate that is 28% or higher. So pretty much they're stating that the more partners that you've had, the most likely you are to divorce.
That's a lie.
So I mean, unless someone else can.
That's a lie.
Wait, will you repeat that? Barbara, they said that women, pretty much virgin, have the least divorce rate. That's what it said.
You can take nonsense.
Because Vanessa said because they're inexperienced, they don't know any better, so they stay with this person because that's the best that they've had, because that's the only one that they've had, right? And they're saying that people that have had 2 or more partners have the highest divorce rate. Now, I disagree with that because I feel like when it comes to divorce, it's up to the individual. It doesn't matter how many partners that you've had prior to that individual. It's up to whatever the circumstances is that's happening right now. And it's just it does not matter if I've had 5 other partners and now I'm married to this man who's treating me as shit.
Right.
And now I have to divorce him. So I don't think they correlate. I don't think it matters. I think that that may be like the what Vanessa said is accurate. If you're a virgin, this is the only person you know. So why would you do like this is it? You don't think there's anything better out there. If you
don't know better. Versus when you have had the experience and you come into that, then you already know what you like and what you don't like. Yeah. So if that's the only person that you have had that experience with, what that person is giving to you is the best. And what are you going to go back and forth with? And most likely that girl is probably pretty quiet and not doing all of those things versus someone that is more experienced would be like, let me tell you, you're not going to talk to me and da 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 da. So I see the truth, some of the truth in that.
Right. Yeah, but I still don't think that a number of partners should matter as far as divorce.
Yeah, no.
Because I feel like many people get into marriage for the right reason and some people don't. And that can lead to divorce as well. So
wait, let me shout this person out because their first time on the show, so they can stay to the end, like they said. So Samuel Hollywood, hi, welcome,
hi
welcome,
Samuel, welcome.
and make sure to share. He said, "Hi, beautiful soul sisters. I'm on the show for the first time, and I'm going to watch to the end. That's right, and be back."
Thank you.
Welcome and be back.
Thank you, Samuel.
Welcome.
You know what? Thanks to everyone too for watching and sharing and just being a part of the conversation. We appreciate you guys. Our number is at 31-ish now. You better put that number up. We're talking about some important conversation. When should this conversation be held? Should you be telling that man, I've been with 5 other guys, you know, they start looking at you differently? Or vice versa, should you tell that woman how many women you've been with? Is that important? Is that an important conversation to have in the beginning of a relationship?
You know what I think is important? I don't think about, I think my thing, something I would tell a guy that I'm moving forward with, if I've seen you with someone before, or if I watch your surrounding and I've seen a couple, seen somebody among you before that, I see you hit it up, hey, what's up? And I have been friends with that person before, I'll tell you because I don't want tomorrow that person walking up to you and telling you, oh, you were my girl,
So Rose,
yeah,
that was the next point was, should a conversation be held if the person in question or the people that you've been with, right, matter? Meaning, if my partner that I'm with right now knows this person or know 2 other guys I've dated, should then be an important conversation to be held?
Right, definitely. I'll tell you.
That's the second point. When I raised this conversation to my coworker, the guy said it shouldn't matter unless you are being asked.
I mean, you never know other people's intention. Maybe that guy, because he see me and you together and you see you talking about me a lot, he would want to one day and be like, oh, that's my girl before. That's what men do. They talk. If people think men don't talk, they talk.
And lie.
Of course they talk. The guys are more than we do.
Talkers, So and lie too. So I want to tell you, if I go among your friends or I see your page and I see you maybe taking a picture of a guy that I know and I love you, I'll tell you, I'll be like, babe, once in my life that guy was my friend. So whenever you walk up to my boo and say, oh, that girl is my girl, he knows. It's like, okay, that's fine.
Right. That guy was my friend,
right?
Or that guy.
Rose, we talking about that guy's my friend. That guy was my boyfriend.
That's what I was coming towards.
Yeah.
Is that okay? We asked for this conversation, right? We want this conversation to be held, right?
Right.
How honest should a person be?
Yeah, he was my boyfriend. Just like I want you.
And I'm going to tell you. So the woman that I spoke with said to me, she said, you can say, oh, I've been with a few guys, but as a woman, you should never put a number on it. What do you guys think?
And I think that's right. I don't think like the old people can say, old man can say, my child, there's something you need to keep to yourself as a woman. That's nature. That's why our man can tell you, keep it to yourself. But when it comes to a point that, because sometimes you meet intelligent guys, some people are not intelligent. They got people that are not intelligent. So some of those guys that are not intelligent and your boo gets a bit interacting with them, you have to let him know. Because you don't want him to walk up to your door and be like, oh, I hate that girl. We hit it off. Some point in our life. You get what I'm saying? So I do want to tell him. So I do know, I know some guys that would never, ever, I don't care if they even see you kissing my mouth, they will be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Respectful. But you know some guys that one over there, he full of shit. So I must tell my baby that we hit it up before.
I agree with you.
Right.
But I still want to know, should women tell their numbers?
No, I don't think they should.
So if you don't think a woman should a man tell his number?
I'm not worried about a man number either. My thing, I want that how I want you to do. If you hit a girl and me and the girl cool, I want you to tell.
Okay, so you tell me.
I don't want to be uncomfortable. I want to be uncomfortable when I run that chick, because that chick would be thinking, that she got some kind of power over you. No, dude, tell me, because I want that chick to know that was past. You done. It's over with. That's my boo. Who cares?
So only share the relationship that are concerning. That's what Shay said. Only share the relationships that are concerning. I feel like that's being dishonest.
Right.
I feel like I agree if somebody being problematic, if someone wants to just throw shade at your whoever that you with, you can definitely say, hey, I messed with that. Hey, me and that person used to go out. We went out. We had a bad breakup. Here's the situation. And that's what for me, I want him to be honest with me. Because let me tell you, I'm the one I would ask until I get the answer that I want. And yes, sometimes it's not what you want to hear at the time. But I feel like for your own comfort level, I would like to understand your level of relationship with this person. Don't just tell me. Don't beat around yourself and like, oh, again, we just used to talk. No, I don't want that. We just used to talk. How deep was your relationship? Well, you're intimate.
Right.
How long was this relationship? Because I need to know that she won't be a problem.
Right.
Because I had a situation before that the person was never a problem, but the person wanted to be known that they were with this person.
Right.
Right. They never came to me, but they went around. But when I asked the person I was dealing with, he said, "Oh, she never gonna be a problem to you." I didn't like that answer because I wanted to know what you mean she ain't gonna be a problem. Am I supposed to expect a problem from her? But he was right. The person was never a problem to me. I never looked at that person differently. I just looked at her and said, hey, whatever happened. It was never an issue. She never disrespected me. But some female or some male want your partner to know. So that's when I want you to be like, me and this person dated. We went this far. It was for this amount of years. Now it's over.
Right.
I feel like that's a conversation that should be held in the beginning. I feel like you should tell the person, but then I also feel like the whole "don't tell your number" thing. I didn't agree with it when she said it to me last night. But here's Rosie agreeing with it. I feel like if you're going to answer an honest question, you should be given an honest response.
I think it depends on it depends on the conversation and the level of that relationship. If that person asks you, if you and that person are you're in a serious relationship, or that's my husband or your wife or whatever, and that person is asking me this question versus I'm going to ask you this question. I mean, I don't have an issue with being honest. My thing is though, my past is my past, and I'm here in the future with you now. And let's say I was a person that I'm sleeping. Let's say if I tell you, say, oh, I had like about 15 partners. Let's say if I told you that we have so that means, oh, I'm not gonna make a good wife. I'm not gonna be a good person to you. Am I sleeping with that 15 people at the same time that I'm sleeping with you? No. So just the same way you didn't come when you came into a relationship with me, you didn't come virgin. I didn't take you out of the holy water. You came the way you came.
Not the holy water.
Yeah, so you can't be to me, it's like nobody is going to be perfect, regardless if I tell you what my number is versus what your number is. We both came in with something. So to me, that shouldn't be a factor for you to say, oh, well then man, I ain't gonna mess with that person.
It shouldn't be. Thank you.
Just like Pretty Woman. I don't think a number should value a woman. I think they got some real decent, real good wives, but they just find themselves in life not being lucky to find a man to settle with.
Yes.
Especially in our community. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy for your number to build because so many times they tell you they will play you. You will think that it is going one way, and then it'll be another. And just how Rose said earlier, then you'll be on to the next one. You think some people want to have a child before getting married, or have multiple, or have more than one baby father? No, but it happens because you find yourself in the situation. But what does that do? Does that make me less of a person to be somebody's wife because that was my situation? No.
Yeah. But most women find it easier to lie about the number of sexual partners as they've had, according to the study, because they're afraid of being judged.
Right.
They're afraid of being labeled.
Right.
So they hide the amount of people that they've been with, or the kind of sexual experiences that they've had. And that's another thing. They hide that kind of most women act like they're immature when it comes to sex when they first meet a guy, because they don't want the guy to think like, wait, she's too wild. or she's been out there.
Guess what? I think it hot. It won't hot because you will get into it and you'll forget about yourself. You'll be in it. You'll be like,
Yo,
come on, what the other side?
That is true, but because just based on this study that's talked about women divorced based on how many partners that they've had,
God.
it goes back to women being judged or being labeled. So that's one of the reasons why, according to this study, that most women will hide how many people that they've been with or what kind of sexual experiences that they've had just because they're afraid of being judged. But now when it comes to the men, should we hold the men accountable too for having 10 or 20 women out there? And if you know of those women,
10 or 20 women, that's more over there, Howard.
and if you know of these, if you know of these women, if you know how many, if you as a woman know how many women this man been with, should you have a conversation with the man because you already know the man been with all these women?
Yeah. Like I said, I did it in my society, in my culture. I don't want to know your numbers because trust me, I know it's high. I know it's high. Firstly. Secondly, like I said in the beginning, I want you to know me, to know my surrounding. And if you notice there is a girl that in my surrounding that you have been with, I need you to tell me. Because we as females, we feel like there's a power that we have if we have been with your man before. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
Again.
Tell me.
Rose, repeat that. Repeat that.
Rose, say it louder for the people in the back of the church.
We have the tendency to be thinking that we have so much power when we've been with your man before. So I need you to tell me that you have been with this female. Because when I happen to bond with her in a gathering,
I know how to handle yourself.
And that I know you, girl. I see you on the side, but you ain't nothing. You done. We're done with that. You don't mean nothing to him. He don't mean nothing to you. He's over that.
You were just a free count.
So I need you to tell me. That's all I need you to tell me. But when you cannot tell me that, then I think it's fishy. I feel something is wrong. Then I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I want to know your numbers because I know it'll be high, honey. Now it's just face the reality. You know,
the numbers will be high, especially at this age. So one of my coworkers, she's younger. So she said that it depends on the age. For her, she said if you are in your teens or your early 20s, you just start dating. If your number is high,
who told her that? Who told her that?
She's 22 years old and she dated two guys.
Does she know some people at 22 their number is higher than me who is 36? Come
Thank
on now.
You. That's 13 years.
I'm just saying from speaking to an older woman to speaking to a 22-year-old who's dating currently, she said that conversation, however, will only be held if the number is high. But at our age, our numbers should not be high. And I'm like, you're right. But however, you'd be surprised, baby girl. Please. You'd be surprised that these tots.
Please be starting from 13, 14 years old.
14 years old. It'd be 13, 14, 15.
What you talking about? Talking about
9 days.
Depending on the age. So from a young person said it depends on the age, then you should have the conversation. But if you're older, you shouldn't have this conversation. If you're older, you know that you've been around, the person have experience. This should just be like, hey, now we're together. Like Rose said, don't tell me unless I need to know. I know somebody who can say, only tell me the information that I need to know.
That's it.
Don't tell me anything else.
Yeah, and that information, what Rose talking about right there. I need to know that
information.
I need to know that information. Because if you don't tell me that information, both of y'all will end up getting slapped somewhere.
That's
so you better tell me it.
When I walk in the room, I don't want the girl to be looking at me.
Although you hear Rose are getting a different thing.
When she's walking with, I was with him. No. I want to know you. Because when I walk past you, that walk is different.
That walk is different.
Let me see.
You're over. I'm done.
Walk.
You want to read some comments before we go?
Sure. So Rose, people enjoying you. They said that fact. That's true, Rose. They enjoy you. Said 24 said exactly. Speak, Rose. Speak.
Yeah, baby.
But that's facts.
Yep. And so I said, "You are right, Rose." Is Tony Davis said, "You are right, Rose." Is sometimes like that. So it is. River says, "Pro, hello, brother." He on here. Oh, greetings
Hey,
from
River
Wisconsin.
says,
Hello,
Hello,
River.
we miss you.
Hi, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So yeah, Rose, everybody is agreeing with that fact right there.
And I feel like that's when, for me personally, I think that's when it's important that we have the conversation. If you've been with someone that I know,
Right.
I'm not gonna. I will ask you because I'm gonna need to know person. I want to know, but you know, like if you're not honest with me and tell me the numbers, is that's you. But if you are gonna tell me a person that you know that I know and you know that you know that we're both gonna meet, then I respect you. And I feel like as men and women, when you start dating, if a man is honest with you to tell you that I've been with that sister of yours or I've been with that person, you have to give that man some sort of respect.
Right. Right.
Because I feel like he's preparing you for whatever that will come.
Mm.
And I think that's an important conversation starter. Like the Barbara Honeybee says, it's irrelevant to even have the conversation unless it's necessary.
Right.
Now, what makes it necessary is the fact that now I know this person.
Right.
So it's not so much about the numbers, it's about who the person is to me
Right.
that is important. So as much as we women view this as being judged, let me judge her, but still tell me. And most men will say this to you. They will say, I don't want to discuss, that.
Yeah, I want to discuss a woman. Yeah, yeah. Don't give me that.
I don't like that saying. I want you to, because if she's going to be an issue, even if she won't be an issue, just prepare me.
Right.
Prepare me for whatever that will come. Don't, you're with me now. So why are you worried about discussing another woman?
Right.
Because they'll be like, oh, I don't want to be seen as someone who talk about the women I've been with.
Yeah.
No, that's one thing I don't like. Don't ever blindside me. Don't ever blindside me.
Well, they will say that to you.
Put me in a position where, just how Rose said, you make that person feel like they got some type of special power because they have knowledge about something that you should have been the one to tell me about.
Definitely.
And then that's why now that she should be like when y'all walking by, making little small comments or
holding your hand,
or doing
your shoulder.
Yeah, or probably acting like they such your friend, like, oh, hey, brother, and knowing that it's not, that is something more. And I'm just sitting there, oh, stupid, boo boo the fool, and think that that's your friend.
Or you ever walk in a room and you just feel like the stare changes, like 1 minute they're looking at your boob, but it's not to see they didn't see you behind him, but now that they see you, like, okay, now here's my FBI eye. What happened between you and that pussy?
Because they can be, looking at you like, that's who he was.
Yes, says he went this. So I think that's important. So I think we're all on the same page. The numbers doesn't matter. Right. However, the individual matters.
Right.
But if you are going to talk about numbers, we have to have this conversation, y'all. If you're going to talk about numbers, honesty matters. I'm sorry, you got to be honest. Mm-hmm. If you're going to start saying I've been, like, you can't just say I've been on a few guys, knowing that you have not. Few
means three.
Two to three.
That's in case some of y'all understand what the word few means. It means two. It means two or three. If you're not sure, look it up.
So that's my point. So if you say I've been with a few guys, says that means we've been with 2 or 3 guys. Mm. But if you start to say, I can count.
So what do you what's the name of the one night stand? Do you also count that too?
Yes, because it's people you've been with.
You've been
sexually active with them.
You had sex. Whether that was a relationship or not, you and that person still had sex.
Rose asked a good question. Audience, get involved.
Right.
Should you include your one night stands in your numbers?
Right.
Yes. Because that's how many people have went there.
Right.
Like, but then the lady said, as women, you should say, oh, I can count on one hand.
I can count on one hand. I can count on one hand. Or it doesn't go past 2 hands.
Not even go past 2 hands.
About 1 hand. Like, first of all, that dude telling me that mess, I'm like, dude, shut up.
So do you feel men will exaggerate their numbers at times just to get that I'm the man? I've been with this amount of girls.
That doesn't make you attractive.
No, it don't make you attractive. Please.
That don't
But
make you
no,
attractive. That if men don't know, men can be hoes too. Okay, I'll
Right.
tell you
oh,
that
men
today.
can
We
be
don't
hoes.
know.
We're aware of that.
No,
If
they
that's
always like to think that's a label for a female, but it can be for y'all too.
yep. But they say that
You gotta
usually
leave the
men will display their numbers quicker than a woman will.
Really?
Yes.
First of all, they don't want to have the conversation in the first place. So what?
They said men would display their numbers quicker because the only reason why they said that men would display their numbers quicker than a woman will, because for some men that's an ego booster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes. For some men, they look at it as an experience. You can see a small ball, right? Or based on how beautiful that woman is that he's been with, right? Or based on her level of achievement.
Right.
So men would typically boast about their number of sexual experiences or sexual partners based on who that individual is that they've been with.
Right.
So, however, women tend to hide the numbers. Women tend to just say the word few because they're afraid of being labeled and being judged. However, they also said that as married women tend to be more honest because now they feel secure in their marriage. So they tend to be more honest when that question is asked later on, doing like a couples game or doing like a private conversation, or just when it comes on later on, because now you feel like, wait, you my husband now. I can tell you I've been on like 5 men.
So, but where are you going now? Too late.
Where are you going now?
So let me read Love Brian comment. She said, why would you want to know about something that's going to put you in another mood every time you see that person? Me, I can't make myself miserable for past relationships they had with my person. My present. Oh no.
Right. So there's a show that Jennifer got me on, and it's an adult show, but it's very good. It's on Netflix. It's called Sex and Life. If you have a chance, start watching it.
You're not telling me about that.
Sex and Life. So I brought it up to tell you that what she just stated, it's exactly what happened. So there's this woman that she's married. She living this lifestyle that everyone dream of living. She got the husband, she got the kids, and he's a good man. He's a beautiful man, but she's thinking about her past, and then she started writing about her past and the fun that she had in her glory days. Okay, when she wasn't a mom or a stay-at-home wife. And the husband reads her diary. And that picture now cannot get out of his mind, because all he sees is his wife, and he becomes miserable because he only pictures his wife having sex with that man that she has sex with. So is it a scary thing to tell your partner, I've been with that man over there? Because now every time he see that man, he gonna look at that man funny. Yes, but it's a real conversation to have when it's necessary.
Yeah, I mean, they'll do that. I'm sure me myself would do that too. If you tell me, oh, I've been that person, whatever, I'm gonna be like, okay, she all right, like that, whatever. I might do that, but I don't think it's not. I hear what you're saying, Love Brian, but it's not anything to say that is making me miserable or making me to worry about that person. I'm not worried about that person because that person is a non-factor at this point.
To you. But to you, now if you start seeing that person over and over again, the person wants you to be known. They want you to know that I know how his thing is.
And somebody know how your stuff was. And
that is true. That is true. But yeah, so it's just when it comes back to being judged and being labeled and to being talked about, that's one of the reasons women don't like to have this conversation. That's one of the reasons women would not tell you their numbers. They'll brush over the surface. I've been with a few guys, I can count on one hand. They won't tell you their numbers. But do we think numbers is important? It depends on the level of your relationship. However, if you're married and your husband asks you that question, you got to be honest. So you already got the man. Where you going? Where you going? Nowhere.
I mean, you're not going anywhere, but like the movie you talk about, some men don't have. And one thing I would say, men, they like to do baba tineo, but they don't
let a woman do it too.
That mental ability to take things in are not strong like a woman, but they like to be in the baba tineo.
They can't take it. They can't take it. If I had this conversation
with I've
had this conversation with a few guys before, like, why Is it that we can hear you did something and like, you know, we'll be mad, but women can easily forgive versus a man. So why is it like, okay, it's okay for you to like cheat on the woman and do whatever to the woman, and you expecting her to eventually she'll let it go and she'll take you back, versus if she do that to you, to cheat on you, to even entertain, to talk to somebody, even let me send a nude picture to somebody, that's like, oh my God, you did the worst thing in the world. And they come in, like, one of the responses I got was, because no man wants to think about another man being in his stuff.
Yep.
Like, so my thing,
unless you met a virgin, another man
didn't meet, but that's my
Right.
thing. It's like you didn't meet me that way, so you knew that somebody else was there before you. But I think it's just like, but it's harder. It's harder for them to accept it, because it's like they put their woman on this pedestal, and if they find out that you did something, it's like, I don't know. They almost feel like they the fool. While we feel like a fool too.
Right.
Yeah.
And we
But
still
they don't look at our feelings doesn't matter, because we're emotional creatures. So they always will feel that way. Mm-hmm. But what did Donald Richards say? He said, lying to anyone about 3 or 5. And then 10 showing up later during your relationship cause the person to see you as a liar.
Yeah.
That's true.
What the person will show up at? What is showing up at? To the door more?
If they start coming and say, you remember your one night stand in 2012? You put me in that memo.
What are going to be showing up at? What is a long dance?
You remember how much I was that one night stand that one day in the car? You put me in that number.
Imagine there's not showing up. Showing up where? What is showing up at? I don't know.
Right, because sometimes they want to show that they've been with you, because now you're a successful woman. Like, you're a business, you're an entrepreneur. They want to be like, oh yeah, I've been with that girl over there. That's another thing. Like, nigga, if we've been there, there was no title, we ain't been nowhere. You was a one night stand, you've been moving. There was
you didn't care if you one night stand or not. All they know is that they stuck with
They
you.
were part of it.
What was a song, African song I heard? Maybe that was Sim Kanto or whatever. But he said you can unfriend me, but you can't unsex me.
I was sure is that. Which one is that community thing?
So should one night stand not be considered part of your numbers?
Another song.
So you agree that one night stand is not part of the numbers, because it was just
another song again, community thing. It's like this is something I'm telling you. Like Pancho, I don't know that boy. I love him, even though his music are just sometimes off the chain. But he sings whatever happens in the Liberian community.
I'm gonna make you speak in tongues.
You know, and I'm telling you, and those things.
I was like, wait,
those are the things that happen. People are married. They are married, but they have the little next door thing in the community. They have the whole girlfriend, a whole another family, and it happening all around us. So it's like this sex thing is like, you know, you say, okay, unless you say you don't want boyfriend, because I swear you meet them, you're talking, they either they won't be your boyfriend, you'll go out, even if you say you're not give it to them for 2 months, the moment you give it to them, they go
on to the next one.
The people.
On our other page, King J, Jatomi said your woman is your pride.
Yeah, whatever.
That's one period.
It is.
So that's probably why they get so offended. While Donald Richards said one night stand should only factor in your number if they are close to your relationship and might cause problems in the future.
Right. Exactly.
That is true. So I think we can all conclude, because we got to get to our letter, anonymous letter. We can all conclude that numbers matter only if you know the people that the person been with. Then you can tell me this is the person, that's that girl, where they know the 2 girls and down the street. Oh my goodness. The 2 girls in our house. I've been there before, Mom. What do you think?
Oh, the 2 sisters that my girlfriend
sisters, I've been there before. What were you doing? Why did you leave these sisters and the 2 girls down the street alone? So we can all agree that it's important if the person, your partner or you've been with, it's a neutral friend or it's somebody that you know or is going to cross paths with you or has crossed paths with you, it's important to then disclose that information. However, if that person is a non-factor, that live in East Bomaclock, whatever, you ain't never gonna see them. If they were a one night stand that would never cross your path again, then you can decide if this information should be shared.
Right.
But until then, your numbers shouldn't. This conversation is relevant only.
So how I want to ask you a question before you get up that topic. Suppose this person, okay, suppose you married and you have been with your boss and you have a very good job, and your husband.
Listen, did you read that comment?
Go ahead, Rosha. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rose.
Yeah, and you have been with your boss. Just in one night stand, your boys and your husband have been to a couple of work party with you, met your boss before. You think you should tell your husband that? And that is a very good job. You've been on so many years. You think you should tell your husband that? You don't think your husband will tell you to leave the job?
Well, it depends, Rose. Yes, if you're somebody. So one of the comments said, if you don't ask, I won't tell. Is it
Right.
Don't ask, don't tell rule? Does that matter? So if your husband noticed something and he asks, I don't think that should be a easy. It just should be a given conversation.
You're not noticing nothing. It's not nothing that you guys notice.
If the conversation, here's my belief.
He have shook his hands. He have met him to like the employee parties and stuff like that. You think you should give?
Here's my belief. I feel like if the conversation comes up, you got to decide to be. You got to be honest and say it. If you
but then if you don't ask you, that's it. But otherwise, why you want to cause drama in your workplace? Every time you go to work, then they gotta be worried that you're doing something.
You're not coming
Yeah.
So I think if you are asked, then definitely you have to be honest.
Right.
But if the conversation don't come up, if your husband or your partner don't notice anything, oh God, we're being so two-faced right now, y'all. Because one minute we say if the person knows the person.
Thank you. That's my thing.
No, but you hear what Rose saying? That's your Google job. That would be an issue.
So circumstances matters, y'all. It depends on the
situation.
That would be an issue.
That.
She said, that's a situation.
Should your past remain your past if you're not asked about it?
Yes, I agree with that. I think,
but if you're asked about it, and if you're in a serious relationship and you and the person mean well for each other, and if you're asked about it, please be honest.
Yeah, if you
honesty is very important.
If you ask me, then yeah, let me say. But if
you won't volunteer the information. If it's not broken, why fix it? That's what a man said. He's a Nigerian man. So I was talking to the last day at work. He was like, "Hey, my sister, if it's not broken, why you want to fix? What is there to fix? It's not broken. Don't bring it up. However, if it comes up, it doesn't need to come up." I said, "Oh, it doesn't need to come up." But if it comes up, be honest and tell your partner the truth. That's just important.
Right.
Yeah. Guys, just keep it clean at all times.
Right.
Guys, keep work clean.
Keep work clean.
What should they keep clean?
And so, Vanessa, you want to read some comment before we go to our letter? That was it. That's all I have.
What's the comment y'all laughing about?
Oh,
I wasn't laughing at the comment. I was laughing at you, Rose. When you said that, all I kept thinking is, "Hey, the person money business was small."
I was laughing at this guy who said Darius. Darius said it is really good for women to tell her partner the number of boyfriends she's had. I think it brings bad feelings. Right? And then he said, hint, all things has passed away.
And all things
have become new. So that's what I was laughing at. Like,
period.
I like that, baby. I like that, Darren. That's a good one. All things
pass away. Some of those old things wants to still be new.
They want to be present, so that's why I need to know about them. But River Says Pro says sometimes I expect this from River Says Pro. Sometimes I get jealous over my wife's previous boyfriend, even when I didn't know her. I know you. From the things you can say, we know it.
Oh, and then Donna Richards said, which is important, your good job or your marriage? As long as the relationship is no more, be honest about it. Hey, Rose, you come out.
I
Your
thought
good job or your marriage?
first of all, suppose I lose a job now and then the marriage that break. There wasn't.
So you can pay your rent.
So I mean, there's a situation. There's you'll be caught in a lot of situations. It's like
Because suppose, all right, listen to this. Suppose you say it, and then your significant other get mad and go approach that person at your job.
thank you, and
You lose your relationship and your job all
Thank
into
you.
one.
That's because you decide to be honest and say something.
That's
But we're not
thing.
saying we're not
I'm
saying
not
don't
saying be
honest.
dishonest. If they ask you, go ahead and be honest. That's
And be
your
honest.
relationship.
And don't
Yeah.
say a few if you have more than two.
Yeah, because few means 2 to 3 people. 2 to 3. That's what few mean.
You can just keep it with one hand.
That's a hard situation.
I can count on 1 or 2 hands. Things happy and we have to keep it clean. Oh well, that's true. Yeah. Your husband should be in and out at all times. Yeah, you're right. He should know everything that's happening. He should know when he asks, you will know.
Right.
If he doesn't ask. Because I'm not no.
I know.
And then for people, you gotta be cautious too who you're with.
Thank
If you're
you.
someone who you know have been exposed to a lot, like they were on campus, they got that campus life, they got a college life, they got the game life. They've been around.
Right.
Like you gotta be aware of who you're with. If you know this person been around, my sister, some of these things don't you know it. We're women, we know. I did Set Your Mind Sundays, and I said to us, you know when you don't belong somewhere.
Right.
You know if this
From the
person been
get-go.
around because you probably have heard and you've seen things.
Right.
So if you don't want to just confirm it, just leave it alone, sis. You don't want your feelings hurt. But if you really want to know, you can ask, and if he can be honest with you, hey, that's good. If not, you'll decide where you're going from there. But that's all I have for you guys.
Yep. All right. Well, ladies, let's just go right into our LIBE Talks letter. How about thank you for that very interesting topic. Rose want to end it off in heat.
Always.
Oh God.
So for those of you who are new to the show, we have our Dear LIB Talks letter, and it's usually from an anonymous person that has a situation that they would like to share with us as a panel, and then we weigh in on what we feel is the best thing or the best way that the person should handle the situation. So today's letter says, Dear LIB Talks, my fiance and myself are supposed to get married next year. He's been asking me about my past relationship in details. He wants to know who all I've been with in the past, including names and faces. I don't want to tell him because I feel like the past doesn't matter in our current relationship. Do you ladies think this is a trust issue for him? Should I tell him just to make him shut up about it? I really get upset when he brings the topic up. I only been with 2 other guys before him, but I don't feel like it is his business at all. What would you do if you were in my shoes? Signed, a super annoyed fiance. So ladies, what do you think?
It goes right back to Dara's question. He said, what is really the significance of the both partners asking each other about their past relationship? Why ask anyway? First of all, why he want to know names, number, faces, and all?
I think she should run. That one would be trouble.
Why
Run.
do you want to know that detail?
And faces and all, like that's to me, that's showing a little bit of your crazy side.
No,
Yeah,
I think he's a little insecure.
Run. I won't have to run.
Run.
No, you know what? I would tell him. I would make up a number. I would just tell him. I would show him some random faces that I don't even know, just to shut him up. Because first, why do you want to know such a detail?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand if you say, "Oh, how many women you been, or how many men you been with," but not giving their name and faces. What are you trying to go find out? Like, you want to go find my sister? I'll say, ask him why is it important to him.
No, I won't. I'll
I mean, this is her fiance. You can't just tell her to run. Ask him, why is this important to you?
But
Why do you really need to know?
in the letter, she keep She wanted to know why it's important to him. He keeps saying he wants to know. So,
Yeah,
like I said,
we keep asking him, and what the reason why I think we said run is because he's being a little too detailed. I've heard people that ask you, say, "Oh, how what's your number or whatever." But then now, after I give you my number, we should be like we at the jail doing a lineup and line them all up and say, "Okay, which one? Well, number 1, number 2, and number 5." That was the ones I was with. That, like, what is that?
Yeah, that's a little weird, but I think that it's something. If he can list his number, then I will list my number. Stop
Yeah,
listing
but
your name
he
and
wants
number.
face too, Hawa.
And he wants face too.
I don't even want him to list his number. I don't want this.
Wow, see, I said maybe he
Yeah,
thinks it's
run
someone
away.
that he knows. He just want to make sure it's nobody that he knows. Oh, so what? Wait. So what if it's someone that you know?
Then you know what he's gonna do. Leave
What
you?
you do? Everybody knows somebody.
It's a small community. Boy, please.
But girl said that this is an early sign of a toxic relationship. Oh yeah.
Yes, it
That's
is.
what I said.
I
It is.
I
Run,
just said, I,
run, girlfriend. Because he's gonna start all through the relationship. All through the relationship.
so would you leave your partner?
Another.
Would you leave your partner for being honest with you about dating or fantasizing about someone that you know?
What do you mean? I don't get that.
Is it current? If it's in the past, that was before me.
Yeah, it was before me. I won't leave my partner for
That was
that.
before me.
That's
That's something
all I
that
want
is
to do that.
different if it's something that you're doing in our present relationship. But what can I
Right.
get mad at you about? What you who you were fantasizing about, had a crush on before me? If somebody, if one we close and I started dating somebody and the person said, "Oh, back in the day I used to like Rose Doll. I used to like her thick legs that she got. I used to like you." Okay.
What that mean? Nothing. He used to like it, but he not with her.
Mm. And you only find out a problem when you're around Rose that he like Rose your leg.
No, because
because I know the
you
type
know
of,
Rocha like Rocha legs. So
Mhm.
one way I have a problem with him. They're like, yeah,
You got them thick legs, okay?
people that don't even know me, they like my legs. So even if my friend husband like it's just because he just that's a leg. That's all.
That's another important question. If your husband or partner who are you dating is honest with you and say, "I think your friend is hot," do you find offense to that?
No, I don't find offense to that.
I'll say myself. Let me tell you something.
Like I said to you guys,
I be like, yeah,
I'm the
like I said to you, Vanessa, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm the type of wife that when I even see big butt in the store, I'm like, "Hey, turn around. Do you see? Look at that." I'm the
Thank you.
type that me and you looking at it together. I'm
Yeah,
not
look at it
insecure for you to be looking. Then I'm like, "Oh, what you looking at?" Myself, I'm like, "Let's look together."
Let's look together. Hey,
Like the other day on the show, I was telling you guys about your chocolate husbands. Like, yeah, I like chocolate men. Why you guys should feel something when I know your chocolate
I
husband?
feel like it's a for me. I feel like I love when people appreciate my name.
Yes.
So, let me tell y'all a little something, right? So I remember when I originally got married to my husband. There was like some new people that started at my job. So one of my coworkers, she would introduce me, but when she would introduce me, she kept referencing saying, "Oh, she has a handsome husband." But she did it like about 4 or 5 different times. So maybe like the 5th time when she did it, I gave her a face like, "Okay, girl." That's like at first I was like, "Thank you." At first I was like, "Thank you," but then like after like the 5th person she did it to, like, "Oh, but you should meet her husband. He's really handsome." I said, "This girl don't know. I don't play."
No, let me tell you, I love honest people. I had a friend who was American, and I would say one day my boyfriend, he was my boyfriend. It's always giving me a hard time, and I was explaining to her, I was like, "I'm just gonna leave him." She was like, "Girl, you leave him? You can just pass him over here." I was like, "Wait, what? Why would I want to pass him over to you?"
If you don't want him, I'll take him.
I'll take him. That's a fine man. I was like, "Oh, okay." It was funny at the time, but if my husband appreciating a beautiful woman, the thing is, I don't like when they're sneaky about it.
Yeah.
Be like, "Oh, yes, that girl got a butt on her." Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like her ways. Let's talk about it. Don't just go be hiding and looking at her behind my back. Then now I would want to see what you're looking at.
Right.
I think I can even notice it first.
Trust me, I'd be like, "Oh my God, she's fine. Look at her." She looking good, babe.
Or half of the
It
time,
have to do
it's
with level of
like,
relationship.
yeah, half of the time, like, these white girls ain't getting beat by around here.
Yeah, it have to do with level of relationships. I don't think I would have a problem.
What is a constructive jealousy?
What is what?
Constructive jealousy. I want to know, what is that?
Constructive jealousy is a
Well,
jealousy.
what is that? Is this supposed to be a good one? Like, this is,
Yeah, it's a good one. When your partner disrespect you, so you become jealous. Like
he said.
Oh, I see what he said. Look, the past is the past, and respect is a two-way street. When
Right.
you truly love somebody, you see no. But as we all know, jealousy is a big and juicy piece of a relationship, but it should be a constructive jealousy.
I do have constructive jealousy. That's what I'm saying.
It should be you can be jealous, but you can't be like an out of control jealous.
Yes.
Is what he means. Is
Jealous
what he
is
means by
jealous.
what he means by that.
And you should have a proof of that jealousy. It shouldn't
Jealousy
be
is jealousy, okay?
no. It has
What he's saying is, there's those all
they
of
have a
us
constructive jealousy.
all of us can have like,
Yeah.
we all will have a little
I
bit of
know.
jealousy or something, versus someone that's just like, if you can't tell them nothing and they're ready to attack
Right.
that person, an emotional person
Mhm.
or red flag person.
It's a constructive jealousy.
I think I don't know if I would say constructive. I would be like a classic jealousy, like kind of I jealous of that. I jealous that you like that person. Not so much you're gonna be with that person. Oh no, you're gonna talk to that person. Oh no. I feel like there's like classic jealousy. But anyway,
Yeah, I know my husband, other girlfriend is Ashanti. I okay with it. I give it. I lie.
Like LeBron James, like
don't name him on here. That's my boo.
that's my husband. So I guess we are mid, honey.
Community, that kind of community deal.
That's my chocolate. That's my chocolate.
He's gonna be the community thing. We can share him.
That's my chocolate Hershey.
I would actually agree to share him. I can share LeBron. It's fine.
Right. Yeah. That's my chocolate Hershey. So I tell my boyfriend that's my husband, LeBron James. When I was married, my ex-husband never liked that. I was like, something is wrong with you. But that's my husband, LeBron James. I love him. What are you gonna do?
Man, to give second chances. Definitely, Richard. Definitely, Donald. Jealousy is great for a relationship. It is needed to. It just needs to be measured. That is true.
Right.
Some jealousy is good, but sometimes it's overboard. I just feel like when you use the word jealous or jealousy, just looked at as a negative thing most of the time, because it just.
I mean, you should be jealous
because most of the time jealousy. Sometimes jealousy come with negativity. Like last week, I admitted to y'all I was a bit jealous when Rose didn't ask me initially, but it didn't mean that my jealousy went negative. It was like I wasn't being supportive.
No, you were watching. Yeah.
So some people can take their jealousy to a whole nother level.
That is true.
True.
All right, y'all.
Well, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you guys for tuning in again and watching LIB Talks. Make sure you tune in with us every Friday live on Facebook at 7 p.m. And always make sure not to be petty and share. But we appreciate you guys, and have a wonderful weekend. Turn up if you got to. Enjoy the weather. I believe we won't be here next week Friday. Just a disclaimer, and the only reason why I know y'all say, oh, y'all just came back from vacation and y'all going away again, but basically all of us are in a wedding, so we can't. If we gotta go out of state, we all traveling for the same person's wedding. So so we won't be.
And today is her anniversary.
Today is actually her 10-year anniversary. So we're going to be traveling. We're going to be a part of her 10-year vow renewal. So that's why we won't be available.
And that's our mom. Our mom was younger. She took
yes, that's
happy anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Appear.
We're love you guys.
We will be celebrating with them next week. We'll be celebrating, turning up. But have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy this nice hot weather.
Yes. Enjoy the weather, and we will see you guys. We will see you guys a week after when we get back. Thank you for watching.
Hey, y'all would like our topic we're coming with. Is your friend's bottle yours? Your best friend
Yeah.
bottle.
Yeah.
Let's think about that topic. Should you be carrying people bottle with you? Your friend that bottle for you? Okay. We on that note, y'all can send. Oh yeah, send us topic suggestion. Okay, if you have topics in mind, inbox us individually or inbox the show. But yeah, let that marinate a little bit. It's your friend's bottle, yours.
Oh, can I read one more quote before one more?
Yeah,
before we go?
there are a lot of comments.
There's a lot. So Samuel, let me just go through a few. R.S. Bengara said, "Issues is issues, but keeping your problems in private and learn how to give second chances." Samuel Hollywood said, "I love numbers. It brings a lot of experience to a beautiful, lasting relationship. Women or men without the experience of numbers in a relationship, you get a emoji face. So that mean if you coming with that numbers, he think you coming with something good." Darius Dolopi said, "Be very careful with a man who will ask, ladies, to tell him about your past relationship.
Run that way.
He might be thinking on the other side."
Right.
And Donald Richards said, "It will also be great to have two single ladies on here to add to." But Rosha is single.
Rosha is single, Donald.
I'm not married, Donald.
Rosha is single.
To have what perspective?
To have Rosha bring. Trust me, Rosha is 5 people in one. If you don't know.
If you don't know, Donald, you gotta come back. Thank you for watching. Come back and watch us every Friday. Rose is single on the show, and we try to get as much people input. But if you want to be our guest co-host, message us. Donald would love it.
Right.
And just because we marry, it doesn't mean that we don't come from. It doesn't mean that we don't come from different aspects. I bring all of my experiences from past to now. Just because I'm married now, it doesn't mean that I'm subjective. That it's just like, oh, because I'm married, I'm one way versus the other. No, I give all of the experiences.
Yes, and I think that's very important as married women, that we can talk about what we were when we were single, or what we would have taken and what we would take now.
Honey, we invite you, man. Come be
Honey, we invited you. Honey, Ciara, Jennifer reached out to you as well.
Honey said she want to be, especially for the next topic. So there you go, Hawa.
Oh yes, I love it.
We love it.
Who else said he wants to be? I think I've got a guy that said he wants to be too. Yes. So we will definitely take this. We got y'all. Believe me. Send me your inbox. Send me information. We have lists of shows that we do, and then whatever topic fits you, we will have our discussion, our weekly meetings, and we will eye you there. But honey, we got you, babe. Come. Y'all know we love our fans, our supporters. We can't do this without you guys. So y'all, thank you so much. I didn't get an invitation, honey. No, I think Ciara reached out to Jennifer. Jennifer reached out to
Ciara. Not you. Yeah. Not you.
But honey, we will be reaching out to you, babe. We will. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks.
Have a lovely weekend. Bye.
Bye, guys.
I'm Hawa, and I give it to you straight.
I'm Jennifer. I'm nice. Don't get it twisted. I'm Rose Joy. I speak with passion.
Hi, I'm Vanessa, and I say it like I mean it.
Big baka, those you the carry. Light skin, make a farmer Mariah Carey. Carry rolling, get my heart is stolen. Once I fall in love with your baby, no controlling. Ripe like plant, sweet like pine wine, cocoa butter baby. Brown skin girl, no time for darling. Call her cocoa baby. Temperature rise, girl, give me that, give me. Waiting for me pronto, moving fast like a semi. See they let me like it. Call me Papoose, you be the Remy. And they call me Mr.
All right, y'all.